Yes. Yes. We got I'm gonna put him. I'm gonna put you to the left out of respect. Out of
Slide to the
watching
left.
45 of the movies. I'm gonna put you to the left. Welcome to Pub Talk, everyone. How's it going? I can't believe this guy. I don't know. I can't believe he's still alive, to be honest with you, what he told me earlier. So what's up, buddy? What a fun night.
Welcome, everyone. What a fun night it was. Yeah, welcome to the pub. Welcome to Pub Talk episode 117. Welcome to
Yes.
anyone watching on Rob's channel. Welcome
Yeah,
to anyone
welcome,
watching
guys.
on my channel. Welcome to anyone listening to the audio feed and the pubcast. Yeah, welcome. Yeah, this is our Oscars recap, reaction, and results stream or podcast, if you will. Um, there we all were last night, obviously having a great time. Dan presenting an award, me winning an award. Apparently, you on the red carpet
Congratulations.
looking stellar, and Brandon just cheering us all on the way he always does. So
Thank you,
yeah,
Brandon, for the
yeah,
support. I
yeah.
love you, man. You love
No,
you, man.
love you, man. Love you guys. Yeah, no, it
I
was
think I think Dan said La La Land for the winner last night by accident. So
yeah, he probably did. Yeah,
I
yeah.
think he did. So
No, he said Marty Supreme, obviously.
he did say Marty Supreme. Oh
We'll
my
get to
god,
that.
I can't wait to talk about last night. That's for sure.
Oh well, what
Ooh.
an award season it's been. What a night it was. The Oscars didn't disappoint.
Well,
I think it felt like one of those years where a lot of it went to form as we were expecting, but as we always say, there's a couple of surprises and shocks, and yeah, last night stuck to that. So yeah, it was a great night. We all kind of watched it as a well, not we didn't watch it as a group, not that we were all together, but yeah, but we kind of communicate as a group, don't we? In a
yeah,
group
a
chat.
little chat. That was fun.
And
I
and
just
yeah,
wish I was at your house because you had a good spread over there. So
I always do the old the
I wish
Oscars
you could share the
buffet.
spread of what you got going on over there. I
Oh,
was jealous.
there was popcorn, there was chips, there was chicken, there was pizza and garlic bread and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, it was good.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice. I love our
yeah.
background too, by the way.
Yes, the Pub Talk background, the Pub
Yes.
Talk official pub,
Yes.
as
Official
it's now
pub.
known.
Yes.
Which was kitted out obviously for our Oscars celebrations. This is a London pub established 2019, and yeah. Let's get to it.
Let's do this.
let me just queue up the first videos and things. So obviously, yeah, 24 categories last night. A couple of historic moments to get through. I guess the show obviously started with Conan O'Brien, the host. And he kind of replicated Gladys Lilly from Weapons, which was Amy Madigan's character in Weapons. He kind of replicated that, and you saw him running through the scenes of a lot of the Best Picture nominees or the major picture.
You had to see that movie to kind of get that joke, but that really
Yeah,
wasn't a.
it
I
was.
kind of knew about it, but
It was good. It was a good way to open, and then he developed what I thought. He delivered what I thought was a great opening monologue. A lot of good nods to the films, recognizing the films that were up for awards, up for nods this year. So he recognized all of them. He let in some humor. He took a few digs at Netflix and Paramount and a few other things. But yeah, I thought it was a
yeah,
great
this was
opening
edgy,
monologue.
Conan. Edgy.
It was slightly edgy, yeah. It was,
Yes.
yeah. I do think it was slightly edgy, I guess. But he acknowledged that obviously the way the world is right now, there's a lot going on, and there are times, and reasons for people to maybe be fearful. But he kind of flipped that and kind of said the Oscars is one of those things, that we're celebrating, films and achievements and things where it's all these films were put together. I think there was 31 countries sort of celebrated last night in across the
You said that,
filmmakers,
yeah.
and thousands of people that come together from across the globe to put these films together, to tell these stories, and to ultimately give people hope for a better future.
Yeah.
So
I gotta admit, I told Adam earlier. Yeah, I'm sorry to cut you off, but Adam said all day long yesterday. Oh, it starts an hour earlier. I thought it started at 8 again. I'm such an idiot. I'm like, oh, so I was rushing around. So it did start 7 p.m. And there's only a 4-hour time difference with Adam. So do you think, and in the UK, was it more perceived? Was it more popular this year? I don't even know. like certain things are popular, certain things are not. I don't think the Oscars are that popular in the UK, but I
Um,
could be wrong.
I mean, the Oscars are popular, but yeah, it's not something that
But
every
like, did this
household
help?
has
Did
on.
this help?
It certainly would help. For I mean, the one thing is, of course, it's a Sunday night, and with the
Yeah,
time difference, with the time difference, it's always late on a school night, shall we say? So it's not something that everyone will stay up to watch live, because people have got to get up for work in the morning, people have got to go for school, for college, for university, whatever they're doing. Um, for appointments and whatever else they've got going on in their lives. So it's not necessarily something that everyone will stay up
yeah,
to
yeah.
watch, but I know people that do.
Well, like the
Because
Super Bowl, is it big in the UK? I guess it is, right?
yeah, the Super Bowl. Yeah, I mean NFL has got bigger in the UK, so yeah,
Okay,
so
I'm just
people do
curious.
do, do stay up. Like there, I know places that have Super Bowl parties and stuff like that. Like
Okay,
that are open until silly o'clock in the morning. So yeah, it happens, and every year, as you know, Kim and I and I know a
yes,
few others as well. We'll stay up and we'll watch the Oscars, and
it's
we'll
awesome.
celebrate it, and
What time
and
did you
yeah,
go to bed last night, Adam?
it was daylight when I went to bed. so the Oscars
I'm getting you
finished.
that T-shirt. It was
the
daylight when I went to bed.
The Oscars
I
did
love
finish
that.
at like 2:45 a.m. here. I did stay up to kind of unwind a little bit, and then to process it again. And I wanted to watch just a couple of bits back, like bits of the opening monologue and stuff. And then yeah, I ended up sort of. I think it was about 6 o'clock this morning when I went to bed in the end. So
Okay,
yeah, so.
let's do this.
Let's do this. So obviously, 24 categories this year. The inaugural brand new casting category was announced. We're not going to get to that one yet, but yeah, 24 categories, and we'll do these in order that they were presented on the night. So yeah, they always start with one of the supporting actor or actress categories, which we weren't sure which one it was going to be. Both the supporting actor and actress categories were wide open races. We knew there was no lock there necessarily, but yeah, this one was the video's queued up. So this one was the first category presented on the night.
Here are the nominees for performance by an actress in a supporting role. Elle Fanning, Sentimental Value. Inga Ibsdotter Lilas, Sentimental Value. Amy Madigan, Weapons. Wunmi Mosaku, Sinners. Tiana Taylor, One Battle After Another.
So this was a 3-horse race. Like you'll be able to see our predictions here, Rob. If you show that image, there we go. Yeah. So I think obviously Dan went with Elle Fanning from Sentimental Value. I don't think any of us picked Inga Ibsdotter
Because he liked her name, I think, right? Is that
yeah,
why?
that's right. Yeah. Unfortunately, the two girls from Sentimental Value, both great performances, but neither of them were really in the conversation here. But we did have Amy Madigan had won at the Critics' Choice Awards and the Actor Awards, formerly known as the SAG. Tiana Taylor had won at the Golden Globes, and Wunmi Mosaku had won at the BAFTAs. So really, it was a 3-horse race. I think a lot of people were actually predicting that it might go to Wunmi Mosaku in the end, but as you can see, quite a few of us backed Amy Madigan for her double win so far in award season, and we got that one. We got that one right because Amy Madigan did win that award. So that kicked off for us. Like I remember last year, I think I got a couple wrong in the first two that were announced. I was like, whoa. I think Noah raced into a lead last year really quickly, as I recall. Whereas, yeah, this year started off with a correct prediction. So, to set the tone of the evening. And yeah, what a great performance Amy Madigan's was. Like I say, Conan sort of parodied that at the start of the show. And
Yeah.
and if you've not seen Weapons, I mean, it's a horror movie, and I know you're not a fan of horrors, Rob, but it is a great movie. It's a bit crazy, but it's thoroughly enjoyable. There are good light-hearted elements to it. Sort of to break up a lot of the tension, and I just think it was really well done. Really well told story. One of my top movies of the year, I think.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I was really pleased that
Might
Ed
have to watch
won this
it.
award, and the first time like it was 40 years between her nominations. She was last nominated in 1986.
Do you remember?
I can't remember. I did have that information recently. I don't have it to hand right this second in time. But yeah, she was nominated in 1986, and obviously then 40 years later this year. Yeah, so and yeah, she won this one. So so yeah, where is it?
Funny speech.
A great speech. I didn't realize that Ed Harris was her husband as well. But when we were doing the red carpet stream last night, I saw them both on the red carpet, and I was like, "There's Ed Harris!" Like, and I didn't, and it was obviously when she was doing her speech, you know, like you say, it was a great speech. But she gave she paid homage to the other girls in the category who kind of
it was nice.
open arms while they were doing the press and tour circuits and all the junkets and stuff. So, yeah, it was
Twice in a Lifetime was the other movie she was in 1986.
Twice in a Lifetime. That's correct. Yeah.
I don't recall that movie, but.
Yeah, I would have only been 5 years older.
That's all.
So yeah.
All right, on to the next ones. That was good. It was a good start.
It was a good start. Yep. So I'm just queuing up the next video. Sorry, I should have done that sooner. But
I made Adam do the videos.
the next category to be announced was. Oh,
here are the nominees for achievement.
Stop.
What happened?
I realized what I did there. So yeah, give me 1 second. I renamed them all in the Dropbox, but I didn't do it in my own folder that I'm uploading them from. So give me 1 second. I know which category it was. So it was achievement, and where's Mr. Fulton Miraz? Because this was Fulton's category that he was looking for. Sorry, I was just seeing that that comment come up. But I'm glad we got rid of that one. Yeah. So let me get the video file up. Sorry, my bad.
It wasn't makeup and hair.
It wasn't makeup. Makeup and hair was the second one announced when they did the announcements.
Copy that.
Yeah, but this one was. This one was here. There we go. I've put it up now. So.
Here are the nominees for Best Animated Feature Film: Arco, Elio, K-pop Demon Hunters, Little Amelie or the Character of Rain, and Zootopia 2.
And there we go. So you can see most of us went with K-pop Demon Hunters here. It had obviously been sweeping award season. Dan and Dean from the Live Place, they both picked Zootopia 2, and as did Noah as well. I didn't realize Noah had gone with Zootopia 2 as well. So yeah, it was a good call to go Zootopia 2. It did win at the BAFTA. It is the highest grossing movie of all of the movies that were nominated this year so far. So yeah, because I don't think Avatar's got up to Zootopia 2 yet. So the second highest grossing animated film of all time, the second highest grossing film of 2025, and like I say, it was the highest grossing Oscar nominee this year. So yeah, Dan is in the chat. He said he did so good. Sorry he can't join. Yeah, Dan, I'm not sure if you know where you came out of the 11 of us, but stay tuned and we'll show.
Yeah, we can't reveal that yet.
We can't reveal that yet, but you see this graphic on the screen right now, which shows who we picked. I will be inserting sort of graphics partway through periodically as to where our scores were at the quarter way, the halfway, the 3/4 way point, and the end, of course, so we can see how everyone did. But yeah, Zootopia 2, it was a good call to go for that, but I just felt, and I think most of us just felt, that K-pop Demon Hunters have been so strong throughout the entire award season that the award couldn't possibly go anywhere else. So yeah. I think we were right. This is your kind of category, right? This is you do enjoy this category.
We do. I saw 3 of these. So.
You saw 3 of these. What was the third one you saw? Oh, Elio, right?
Elio, yeah.
Yeah.
I did see that one that little Amelia or the character of Rain looked a little odd. I was looking at it. We're watching back this morning, me and my son. So
That was actually probably of all of the animated films. I mean, Zootopia 2
was
was
good.
great. Zootopia 2 was great, but Little Amelie and the character of Rain, I think, was the
Okay.
cutest one, the sweetest one. Like, I
Cute,
actually
okay.
really enjoyed that more than I thought I would. So yeah, so Little Amelie and the character of Rain. Like, if I could have picked my own winner, I think I would have gone with that one.
Wow,
I mean,
interesting.
Yeah, K-pop Demon Hunters was really well done though. It was a juggernaut of an animated film, and you know, like I
Same
say,
people
it
did
just felt
Spider-Man.
like-
So
yeah, so it just felt like it was going to sweep, and it obviously did. But yeah, so there we go. And sticking with the animated theme, the next category was.
Here are the nominees for Best Animated Short Film: Butterfly, Forever Green, The Girl Who Cried Pearls, Retirement Plan, and The Three Sisters.
I got excited on my shorts that I put. I was like, yeah, controls in this short, Adam. And I didn't realize controls in the background of every single video. I didn't even realize that. Like, you probably thought I was nuts. Sorry.
Yeah, I wondered where you were going with that when you
Yeah, I
asked me about that today. I did wonder if that's what you meant. And yes, it's because the picture of Kim and I on the red carpet, sorry, the video, the
video.
extensive videos of Kim and I announcing these Oscar nominees was actually shot at the Control World premiere.
Right.
So,
You know what? I remember that, like, when you first showed it to me. I'll be honest, I forgot about it. I'm like such a airhead, I guess. So that's cool. That controls back there. So
yeah, the genuinely authentic videos that are not AI induced.
I'm sorry for that confusion. You probably thought I was nuts.
But yeah, I did
what
wonder
I'm
if that's what you
talking
meant. But
about.
yeah, that's why we stood in front of the Control press board, is because they were from the Control World premiere. This was a guess for animated short, says Nick. So yeah, I mean, this was a tense category because I think like all of the running was being done between two films. It was a 2-horse race between Butterfly and The Girl Who Cried Pearls. And yeah, that was this was the first one I got wrong of the night. Obviously Dan got his first one right. Jim was 3 for 3 at this point. I think yeah, Grace.
Jim was on fire right from the gate.
Yeah, you got this
sure.
one. In fact, you and Brandon got this one. Correct. We see Nick obviously went with Retirement Plan. A Retirement Plan was a cute little animation. I did enjoy that one. I loved all of them this year. In fact, that I saw. I saw 4 of the 5 in this category, and yeah, they were great. Haven't seen a single one of these. All forgettable. All forgettable, like the most things made in the last 5 years. I mean, you say you've not seen a single one, and then you say they're all forgettable. I don't know how you can.
I think he's just
make that assessment.
summarizing it. You see this guy's point. Like, some of the stuff is unforgettable. You watch it, and it's just out of your mind. But it just some of them are pretty amazing though. And then I don't. He's kind of right. I don't remember a lot of them, but some of them leave a lasting impression on.
I think Butterfly is the one that would stick with me the most, just because of the just because of what the content was. But yeah, and that's probably why I picked it. In all fairness. But yeah, I mean, I guess when it comes to a lot of the shorts do kind of quickly get forgotten. So I can understand that line of thinking. So just give me.
You know what it is? Raslin, kind of new to my channel. Welcome. There's just so much content thrown out there. Like, it's just so much. You can only remember X amount, in my opinion. So I see his point, but we'll move on though. So.
Yeah, so that was the third one announced, wasn't it? So the fourth one presented last night was the video is queued up.
Here are the nominees for Achievement in Costume Design: Avatar: Fire and Ash, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, and Sinners.
Okay, so yeah, the first of the design awards. You got your three design awards, which is costume design, production design, and hair and makeup. And yeah, this was the first of those. You can see Rob, if you put in the pics.
I didn't put it in.
Oh, there you go. There now. Yep. So yeah, Frankenstein. I think most of us went with Frankenstein on this. Sinners, Dan, Brandon both went with Sinners. Noah went with Avatar: Fire and Ash. I don't think Avatar was really in the conversation here. And Dean went with Avatar as well, actually. But yeah, the costume design was great on Sinners. But yeah, Frankenstein, I think it was standout, really, wasn't it? It was.
Yeah. I kept reading a lot of articles how it's going to dominate these categories, and so far so good. It did really well.
Yeah, I mean, Guillermo del Toro, so his design in his features, is absolutely stellar. His design is really good. Jim says I started very wrong. Even a blind squirrel
strong.
Very strong. Sorry, yes, I read that. I read that wrong. Very strong. Even a blind squirrel finds nuts every once in a while, as they say. Yeah, well done, Jim. Yeah, I think. Yeah, obviously we'll come to how everyone did, but you were very strong in the beginning, and yeah, it was great to see. It was great to watch how it went from there. So yeah, like I say, Guillermo del Toro, his design in his productions is immaculate, isn't it? He really does. Sort of some fantastic storytelling just through the design alone. I think so. Yeah.
What I liked about yesterday, I feel that look, it happened. So I guess I could spoil a little bit, but I felt that everyone kind of got their props, and this is his prop. You know what I mean? Like these awards and everything, and like you said, like his style and everything was definitely good. So I agree.
Yeah. No. Yeah. The next award kept in theme with the design awards, actually. So and this one we almost did it a few minutes ago, but yeah, this one's cute.
Here it is.
Here are the nominees for achievement in makeup and hairstyling: Frankenstein, Kakuo, Sinners, The Smashing Machine, and The Ugly Stepsister.
I just go right to the graphics. So
yeah. So yeah, good choice. Yeah. So again, Dan stuck with Sinners. Obviously, most of us, I think, went with Frankenstein. Yeah. In fact, it was only Dan and Ray that went with Sinners here. Everyone, I think, for the makeup and hairstyling, it seemed the likely bet, and I think that's based on how award season had gone elsewhere.
Yeah.
I don't agree that Frankenstein is the film that was most deserving of this award. Really, it should have gone to Kakuo, the Japanese film. I think the makeup and hairstyling in Kakuo is immaculate, and that film should have got more love. And I think if Jonathan was with us, JC Jonathan Chong, I think he would completely agree with that and back me up on that. Kakuo
but he didn't pick
it. No, but I think we both went with our heads rather than our hearts.
Yeah, of course.
But
we'll get to that.
I think Kakuo was the one that should have won it, and it does sadden me when you can see that other films are probably more deserving of recognition. Sometimes the Academy surprises and does pick that, but sometimes it just tends to go with a more popular vote almost. And
yes,
it was interesting actually this year because I think this was what kind of did well for Amy Madigan in Weapons. I think because Weapons was only nominated for supporting actress, it stood there'd been a rule change this year where before the voters were allowed to submit their votes, they had to confirm and prove that they had actually watched all of the nominees, whereas in years gone by they didn't have to do that. So I think a lot of people just
for every category or like the majors
for everything that they were voting in. Yeah. So yeah.
How do you prove you've seen it? They give you a quiz or something?
I don't know how know the methods of proving, but that there was that this year where they did have to confirm that they had basically seen everything that was up for those.
All 45, all 50, whatever all movies.
Yeah. So, but that stood well for if Weapons is only nominated for Best Supporting Actress, that in years gone by people maybe wouldn't have watched it and would have just gone for something else that they actually had seen,
Hmm.
and
Interesting.
it's like the year 12 Years a Slave won for Best Picture, and half the Academy actually admitted to having not even watched the film at the time, but had voted for it anyway, just based on on the popularity of it. So that actually came out at the time. So it's good now that they're implementing this and making sure that people are respecting the work, respecting the craft, that has been done, and when people are casting their votes, they're actually taking the time to take in and appreciate these performances or the filmmaking in general. But yeah, Frankenstein obviously took this award, and I'm going to say deserved because it was good, but like I say, it should have been Kikuo really in my eyes.
Well, it's cool. Like when they show like the the video things, you're like, wow, it did look amazing. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
It's really cool. I wish they can. Well, you could watch your video on your channel. So, a little plug again. So your montage of all the movies and categories and everything.
yeah.
That definitely helped me. So
there you go.
Shameless plug.
Yeah, so the 6th category was the inaugural, brand new.
They made a big deal of this too, by the way.
Yeah, and rightly so. If it's the first time, I mean, they've campaigned for this to be in the included in the Oscars for a long time. Casting directors campaign for this. In 2 years' time, we get another new category. So
stunts, right?
Stunts will be coming to the Academy in 2028, which is for the 100th Academy Awards. Very much looking forward to that as well. But yeah, we got our first new category in years. I can't remember the last time they actually put a new category in. I know they took a category out a few years ago because they changed sound editing and sound mixing into they just merged it into one sound category. But yeah, it was nice to see it revert back to 24 categories instead of the 23, and to acknowledge casting. So here you go, Rob. If you play.
Yeah, then real quick, we'll talk about they had all the different actors from each one of the movies, and they were talking about the casting, which was awesome. So I thought that was like a nice touch.
Yes, if you play the video, and then we'll discuss the announcers as well, the presenters.
Here are the nominees for achievement in casting:
Hamnet,
Marty Supreme,
One Battle After Another,
The Secret Agent,
and Sinners.
Yeah, so this was good because they had Paul Mescal on stage, who was snubbed for supporting actor, whereas he had been acknowledged at other award seasons. But you had Paul Mescal on stage representing Hamnet. You had Gwyneth Paltrow on stage representing Marty Supreme. You had Chase Infinity on stage representing One Battle After Another. You had Wagner Moura on stage representing The Secret Agent. And you had Delroy Lindo on stage representing
Very cool.
Sinners.
Nice touch.
It was a lovely touch because they all acknowledged their respected casting directors. It was great to see Nina Gould getting some acknowledgement. She is the casting director for Hamnet. She didn't win the award, but Nina Gould, I've always thought, is one of the best casting directors in the world. So it's great to see her at the Academy Awards finally and getting some much deserved recognition. But this award, I think most of us thought it was going to go to Sinners. It was a 2-horse race, but if you looked at things like the actor awards, like the SAG Awards, the acting ensemble went to Sinners, and I believe at the Golden Globes as well, the casting award there went to Sinners. So the smart money said this was going to go to Sinners.
I got it wrong.
It was a. I want to say it was a shock, but given that this is the first time they've presented this award at the Academy Awards, can you really make a first time a shock? I don't know. It was.
That's what we said the other day.
The two big leaders of the entire Oscars race, Sinners with 16 nominations, One Battle After Another with 13 nominations. They were head to head in so many of the craft categories that it kind of. It made sense that it was going to go to one of these two. Like I say, I think everyone's smart money based on the SAG Awards or the Actor Awards and the Golden Globes. Everyone's smart money was on Sinners, we got this one wrong because it did go to one battle after another. But again, that's a great cast as well. Leonardo DiCaprio, Tiana Taylor, Chase Infinity, Sean Penn. Like, what a cast that is. Benicio del Toro. It's. I do think that sentimental value was overlooked in this category because, again, sentimental value from Norway, that had 4 actors nominated for individual acting awards.
For sure. Good point.
Elle Fanning and Inga Ibsdotter Lilias in supporting actress, Stellan Skarsgård supporting actor, and of course Renate Reinsve in leading actress, all nominated. Yet this one got completely overlooked in casting, which did surprise me. But yeah, maybe that should have been in over Marty Supreme or Hamnet, in my opinion. But I
was gonna say, does it hurt that was in Norwegian and it got overlooked and stuff? But then I was thinking, like, what's it called?
It didn't exactly
Parasite.
Didn't hurt, Secret Agent. Well, it didn't hurt The Secret Agent.
That's true.
Which was,
that's
Secret
true.
Agent only had one actor nominated for which was Wagner Moura. But
that's true.
So
very true.
So will you guys be talking about how the Oscars will be moving to YouTube? Yes. I mean that's in 2 years' time as well. So when they bring out the Stunts Award, that is something that will be coming to will be changing as well.
So the 100th will be on Netflix.
On Netflix, no, YouTube. Right?
I mean YouTube. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have to pay for it, or is it going to be free? I don't know why I said Netflix.
I think it will be. I think it will be free. I don't think they're doing this as a paid thing. I think it will be. I think it will be free. I think they're trying to make it appeal to a younger demographic. Basically, is where they're going with this. So you see a lot of younger people these days don't really watch TV. They watch stuff on the internet.
Yeah.
YouTube, TikTok, things like that. And they play video games or watch stuff on their phones. So cable television or satellite television or terrestrial television or whatever whatever you have, people are just not tuning in anymore. And I think that's where the Oscars viewing figures have been hurt over the years, and the Oscars have constantly battled with their viewing figures for the last decade, where they've been trying to find ways to up the figures back to numbers that they used to be. You were asking before as to how many people in the UK watch it. I mean, even in America, the figures have dwindled and dwindled. So I guess the putting it on YouTube is their way of trying to appeal to the next generation of viewers. So but that was that put us a quarter of the way through the night. So Rob, you can put the graphic up that I've just input.
1 second, I'm just looking at. I just want to see what the viewership was.
Yeah, that's fine.
If it was, it's not out yet. Figures. Last year, 19.6 million people watched it. So I think they could definitely pull that off on YouTube, not Netflix, YouTube.
Yeah.
So
as we can see there, after 98, the 98th Academy Awards, after 6 awards presented on the night, Jim, More Sunshine Please, doing all the hard running, 6 out of 6 correct at that point. So well done, buddy.
You did amazing, Jim.
He had a flawless start. He was doing really good. Dan, are you still with us? Your Marty Supreme theme, your Marty Su theme was doing things.
They didn't win anything, did they? Spoiler alert. I don't think they won. So Dan, it's funny because Dan wasn't the last person to actually get one correct. I think Dean at the live place had the first 4 he didn't get any. So Dean was 0 after 4, and Dan had got 1, I think, on the 3rd one. But then Dean came roaring back at Dan to overtake him there. By the time we'd got a quarter of the way through the show. Rob, you were following Jim up closely there at 5. So you did. I think jokingly I said I wanted 20 something picks or something, which I knew I wasn't getting. So my whole goal is to get to 19. So I think people have won with 19 wins for picks, right?
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
In the past, some difficult years, but maybe 19, 20, maybe tops. But I was hoping to get like 19 to be good. And maybe I was going to pull some out, and I did go with a couple different things because I knew everyone was going to go one way or the other, and I went the other or one way or whatever. So we'll see how it comes out. But that's what
Yeah, there we go. So you had
that's where we're at,
myself and
so I was but I was
Grace.
excited in the beginning.
Yeah,
and
myself and
Jimmy.
Grace, they're propping up the rear as well. So and then
Good
this
job.
one, maybe like if I just mentioned about casting was maybe like the first shock of the night, even though like I say it's an inaugural award, so how shocking could it be when they've never really done one before? But then this one did present a shock. So the video's queued up for you, dude.
Short film, right?
Yep.
Here are the nominees for Best Live Action Short Film: Butcher's Stain, A Friend of Dorothy, Jane Austen's period drama, The Singers, and Two People Exchanging Saliva.
Best name ever. Two people exchanging.
So as you can see there, Two People Exchanging Saliva was popular with the three of us, myself, Dan, and you there, Rob. Brandon went with Jane Austen's period drama, which was probably one of my favorites. I mean, I saw all of these and they were all great. But yeah, and I really genuinely did enjoy all of these. I know, like I say, yeah, when it comes to the shorts, you know, they're not things that everyone kind of pays a lot of attention to necessarily. But yeah, Jane Austen's period drama and A Friend of Dorothy that JC went with, superb films, both of them. Noah went with Jane Austen as well, but then as you can see, the rest of us either went with Two People Exchanging Saliva or The Singers. You know, Jim, Movie Mania Nick, Live Place Dean went with The Singers. And when they announced the winner, it wasn't just one winner. It was for the first time since 2013, and I think the 7th time in Oscars history, as I recall. They announced a tie, so there was 2 winners announced. The first one was announced as The Singers, so The Singers came up, they got their award, they gave their speech, and then Two People Exchanging Saliva came up, they gave their speech as well. But yeah, a double winner in this one category. So essentially 25 Oscars were given out last night, right?
Yeah.
24. So yeah, there were 25 winners last night, and yeah, it's like I say, it's the first time in a number of years. I know we had the group chat was going, what is that possible? I think they had a rule to try and prevent there being a tie in recent years, but they changed that again. And yeah,
what was the rule? Do you remember?
I'm not sure what the rule is, but I think they had tried to sort of eliminate ties in the past. But why? You know, if people like things equally, you know, why can't people share an award? Like, you know, it's at the end of the day, it's not a competition. It's acknowledgement of your achievements, I guess. Like, you know, and yeah, by your peers. So
as Conan said, it messed up a lot of Oscar pools. And
it messed up 22 million Oscar pools. Yeah.
Did it mess up our Oscar pool? We will see.
I love that, but yeah. So I guess, like, you know, technically, I got that right. Dan got that right. Rob got that right. But then on the flip side of the coin, so did Jim, so did Nick, so did Dean, you know, so yeah, Grace, of course, as well. Sorry, Grace, I'm not leaving you out there. But yeah, so yeah, it was interesting to see a tie announced for the first time in a number of years. And like you say, Conan joking that's probably just messed up 22 million people's Oscar pools. We did make sure that everyone that had picked either of those 2 films got the point on that one. So yeah, that one was. Really
we should do something. What eliminates a tie?
I don't know how we would. I
don't know. Like, how many times Conan said like opera singer or something? I don't know, something stupid that we could eliminate if we had a tie. I'm just saying. If we had a tie. So we've had ties in the past. I don't know about this one yet, but.
Well, the problem is, I mean, if you look, if that graphic, sorry, I've just taken it away, but the graphic showed that me, you, Dan, and Grace had all picked one film, and Jim, Nick, and Dean had picked another. You know, like when you're saying you're trying to now guess a number of how many times Conan says something, but all 7 of us would likely give different numbers. So yeah, it was.
Or yeah, I don't know, maybe I got a good one. Whoever gets their votes in first. It breaks the tie.
It breaks the tie. Everyone's scrambling to get
just
theirs
kidding.
in quicker than Noah.
Yeah. Oh
'Cause
no!
Noah,
Oh my
Noah's the
God! No!
first year on year.
No! No was the first hour. Boom! He sent it.
Yeah,
Which
yeah,
was
yeah.
awesome.
No,
And
Noah's
he didn't
picks were
change
in.
anything. So,
Noah's picks were in the same day as the nominations were announced. Right?
yes,
So
he's
yeah,
amazing.
he's
So,
yeah, fair play to him. He's steadfast and he's just
I love
he
that
goes
kid.
along with it.
He's awesome.
He picks with conviction and he sticks with it. So, but yeah, so that was the 7th category. The 8th category is queued up.
Here are the nominees for performance by an actor in a supporting role. Benicio del Toro for One Battle After Another. Jacob Elordi for Frankenstein. Delroy Lindo for Sinners. Sean Penn for One Battle After Another. And Stellan Skarsgård for Sentimental Value.
And yeah, this one was again an open race. You know, it was interesting that none of us went with Jacob Elordi, who won at the Critics' Choice Awards earlier on in the season. But I think it seemed to be certainly a 2-horse race between Sean Penn and Stellan Skarsgård. A few people liked Delroy Lindo as well, and I'm not just talking about a few people among us. There was a lot of love for him among the Academy voters. But yeah, this one went to Sean Penn, who was kind of not even in the questions. Sorry, not even in the conversation earlier in awards season. Stellan Skarsgård had won at the Golden Globes. Like I say, Jacob Elordi had won at the Critics' Choice, but then Sean Penn came on with the BAFTA and the SAG, the Actor Awards, later on in the season, and that momentum seemed to carry him through. He wasn't there to collect his statue, so that led to a really quick category there. Not a long drawn out speech or anything like that.
I thought that was kind of lame, but Adam said he said all along he wasn't going. But
yeah, he's won 2 before, so he decided this time he wasn't going to do all the campaigning and the circuits and stuff like that. So he wasn't at the BAFTA either. I can't remember if he was at. I think he was at the.
He was at the Golden Globes because what's her
He
name
was
made
at
a joke
he was
about
at the
it.
Golden
Remember
Globes.
his
Yeah,
face?
that's right. He was. Yeah.
Maybe that's why
at
he
the
was
Golden
pissed
Globes.
because she made that face about his leather face or whatever.
About it looking like a
Just thinking about
looking
it,
like
yeah.
a leather handbag. or whatever
Handbag,
it
yeah.
was.
Louis Vuitton or something. That was your favorite joke of the night. I remember.
Oh, it was a great joke. It was
Yeah.
really well done.
So, but maybe that's it. I don't know. Maybe he just didn't want the ridicule. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
I just think he's Spicoli from Fast Times at Richmond High. So that's all.
Yeah. So I guess the next 2 awards then were both of the writing awards, which made this interesting because, like I say, you had the 2 front runners of the Oscars, Sinners and One Battle After Another, going head to head in so many of the craft categories, but they were separated in this because one was original and one was adapted. So it kind of sort of paved the way for clear wins for both of them. Which I thought was good. I do think it's a shame when.
Don't spoil.
Yeah, I do think it's a shame when a really good film is going head to head with another one, but doesn't get any recognition whatsoever. Although I do feel that there are other films in these categories that also probably deserve some recognition and didn't. But yeah, here we go.
Here are the nominees for writing Best Adapted Screenplay. Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle After Another, and Train Dreams.
By the way, I didn't even know who Jacob Elderdy is, whatever the hell his name is. I've seen him. I know he's in Frankenstein. I had no clue he was.
Yeah,
I just didn't know his name. I was kind of chuckled there. I forgot to say that before. So
yeah, and now he's working
No
with Margot
clue.
Robbie as well.
yeah.
So yeah,
It just came out of digital. Came out quick. So,
yeah,
but yeah, no
so-
love to him. I felt bad. So
Yeah, like because bearing in mind he won earlier in awards season, but
Yeah, like you were telling me, I forgot.
So yeah.
yeah,
But yeah, this one, as you can see, like most of us went with One Battle After Another, with the exception of Dan, who went with Hamnet, and Ray, who went with Begonia. Hamnet was good, and it was a good adaptation with Chloe Zhao and Maggie O'Farrell. I think Begonia was great, and I thought Train Dreams deserved a lot more love than it got, because Train Dreams didn't pick up anything, unfortunately. But yeah,
I
this
kept
one,
thinking that. I know you like Train Dreams all night. I was thinking, I'm like, man, that movie's getting zero love, zero.
yeah, it got
So I know you
zero.
liked it.
Yeah, but no, I mean this one, Paul Thomas Anderson winning his first Oscar. What I thought was really funny, actually, just to go back an award or two, in the inaugural casting one, was Paul Thomas Anderson's casting director. Obviously, he'd won for One Battle After Another, and she's worked with Paul Thomas Anderson for years. They've worked together for decades. They kind of grew up together, and she joked that she'd finally won an Oscar before he had.
She had it first. That was a great show.
Yeah, which was great. But this
That
is
was
where Paul
funny.
Thomas Anderson finally
Yeah.
got his first Oscar as well. So
Yeah.
and it was well deserved. And then where was Train Dreams shown? It's on Netflix, I believe, as I recall. So
Adam's so good. He has a list of where you could find every movie. So I'll look. So.
yeah, it had I think it probably had a limited theatrical run, but yeah, it was. I did enjoy Train Dreams. It's nothing. It's not an epic blockbuster, but it is a great story. It's very well told. But yeah, sticking with the
How many nominations did he get?
I think
2.
it was
Yeah, you put
4.
Netflix
4.
Best Picture. Oh, 4.
Yeah.
Yes, it's 4. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on Netflix. There you go, Dick.
There you go. So, but sticking with the writing themes, the next category, is this on the 10th
Adapted,
of
right?
tonight? Yes. Yeah. Original.
Original. I'm sorry.
Yep.
We just did Adapted.
Here are the nominees for writing Best Original Screenplay: Blue Moon, It Was Just an Accident, Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, and Sinners.
And yeah, I think most of us knew where this one was going.
Except Dan. Like I thought Dan had like an inside scoop or something. Like he knew he's Disney Dan Supreme or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know where he was going. But
The,
Dean did go on the Marty Supreme. What'd you call it? I forgot.
the Marty Sue theme.
The Marty Sue theme, yes.
Yeah, but no, this one was Sinners all day long.
Yeah,
Ryan Coogler won.
but yeah, that's what I was kind of saying. Like they kind of like there's the recognition. I thought that was kind of cool. Maybe whatever the future held, that they both got it. And I saw a nice little picture of them kind of together and stuff like that. So
Yeah, and again, like because during awards season, they all go on the sort of journey together, and they all become really good friends. And it was nice to see all that support between the fellow nominees last night. You know, not like a few years ago when Jamie Lee Curtis won the Oscar and I can't remember who the supporting actress was, but she didn't even clap. You know, she was so kind of put out that she'd lost the Oscar.
then you're going to say
night-
Rue McClanahan from
No,
Golden
no,
Girls.
No.
I know you didn't say it.
I
You
can't
said
remember who it
Rue.
was from. Yeah. From Black
Oh, it
Panther.
doesn't matter. But yeah,
But yeah, I mean, last night everybody. I mean, even when Amy Madigan was announced, like you saw
There's a lot of
Taylor
love.
jump up out of a seat and applaud and cheer, and you know,
Yeah.
and it was great, like just seeing all the support between
I
each of them
agree.
last night. So
I agree.
yeah, I thought that was really good. But yeah, I think everyone expected Sinners to get this one, and it did. So that was the 10th award of the night, and then earlier than usual, we got to In Memoriam, which this year was obviously a heavy and hard hitting one. We lost a lot of people this year. There are so many that actually some names were omitted from In Memoriam this year, which has caused a bit of an uproar, a backlash. I think that happened last year as well. Like in 2025, there was some names omitted, and the Oscars did comment on it. The Academy did a comment on it and said they all the way up through rehearsals they don't know how, and it kind of changes a lot. They don't know how the whole segment's going to finish up. This was a much longer In Memoriam section than it
Probably the
normally is.
longest I ever remember.
it's normally like 4-5 minutes long, with someone doing a song, and and obviously a nice sort of photo and video montage. This one they had quite a few elements to it, didn't they? Obviously, it started with Billy Crystal coming out and talking about his good friend Rob Reiner. You had obviously sections about Catherine O'Hara and Diane Keaton, and then obviously it finished with Barbra Streisand singing "The Way We Were" for Robert Redford, and yeah, I mean the whole thing. It must have lasted more than 10 minutes this time. Very very poignant. Very very moving. My eyes were sweaty with respect. I've got no qualms in saying that. But yeah, it was really well done, really really classy, really elegant, really good. I mean, as all in memoriams are, But this was it was certainly a memorable standout in memoriam, I think. So
Rob Reiner's just one of my favorite, directors. Like, come on, that was amazing what they did for him. All the actors from his movies came out, and like a
Yes.
representation. Not all of them, but
yeah, no, yeah, it was a beautiful representation. So yeah, I did think that the whole moment was as Nick says there, this was it was great what they did with In Memoriam. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
It really was.
Yeah, but I don't know why they eliminate some people and they didn't show people. And like, I even read the article. I sent it to you, and like it did say on the bottom, "Hey, if we missed you, let's go to our website. We have the full list, whatever."
Yeah, because there was
like,
obviously.
Me and my son were watching it, and like we're like, and he's like, "I don't know these people." I'm like, "Well, this is the industry. This people in the industry know them, But again, maybe they could have put some of those people on that website and shown
isn't
some
that
of the
the thing
people.
though? Because like when it comes to the industry, all the people, all the general public really know is who you see on camera.
Yeah, of course.
The people know the actors and the actresses, and to an extent maybe the directors.
Yeah.
But nobody knows the producers. Nobody knows the cinematographers. Nobody knows the writers or the film editors or the visual effects teams or anything like that, and they all get recognized here. People that were members of the Academy, people that have won these awards, people that have worked in this industry for a long time.
Sure.
And it's beautiful that they all get acknowledged. Obviously, yes, the ones that kind of still get the biggest recognition are the ones that were probably more prominent publicly. They're maybe not going to give such a massive recognition and sing a song for someone that was maybe a cinematographer that nobody else really knew, but but they're still making sure that all these people do get their moment, to be respected. And you always hear it in the auditorium, the people that have clearly worked with these people and who have had a profound impact on them, they applaud and they acknowledge them when their pictures come up, and I think that's always a very touching moment. So yeah.
What was the category that they went nuts, like what during Conan, and then even Jimmy Kimmel's
during Conan's
like
it was
documentary
during one of the
or
shorts.
something?
It was during one of the shorts, animated short, or I think it was animated short at first, and then Jimmy Kimmel came out and presented the documentaries. And again, it was during the documentaries, the auditorium went crazy both times.
That was a planned something. I don't know. It was weird. I don't know if you heard about it.
What the commotion was, because you saw them looking up. So I'm bearing in mind, like the Dolby Theatre, you have the main auditorium, and then you've got the second and third balconies as well. So it sounded like something was going on up there.
Yeah, even Jimmy Kimmel's like, "You're gonna get less tickets next year," or something. I don't know.
Exactly. So yeah,
Conan's like, "What was that?" Like, it was just bizarre. I don't know. I just was thinking about it. So
it was.
All right, on to the next one. There we go.
On to the 11th category.
I messed that up for some. Yeah, I'm sorry. Let's do that again. Sorry, guys. That was my fault.
Here are the nominees for achievement in production design: Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, and Sinners.
Production design. I think if I'm being honest, and you can see that I picked Frankenstein here. I picked it to to do the clean sweep of the design categories. It had already won costume design, it had already won hair and makeup, and so I picked it to win production design as well, and it did complete the clean sweep. It completed that hat trick there. So it swept all of the design as a Guillermo del Toro film normally does. I did prefer the production design of Sinners, if truth be told, but yeah, that's just my own personal preference. But yeah, Frankenstein, very good production design and a worthy winner.
Yeah, I kept reading how it was going to dominate, so that's why I picked them. So,
which one? Sorry,
that Frankenstein was going to dominate those 3 categories. So.
Yeah, and it was absolutely stunning. So yeah, you can absolutely understand why it did that. So, but yeah, so that was production design. Yeah, it is. While Frankenstein wasn't necessarily the most exciting of the stories, this reimagining, the feel, the look of it, the way Guillermo del Toro makes it sort of dark and gothic, and the way he put it all together, it is absolutely stunning work. So yeah, that's why he won this award, and rightly so, I think. So and then the 12th award. I think this one felt like a bit of a lock for most of us, but not everyone.
So this is where I read an article on this too. So.
Here are the nominees for achievement in visual effects: Avatar: Fire and Ash, F1, Jurassic World: Rebirth, The Lost Bus, and Sinners.
So you can see everybody, apart from one person, picked Avatar: Fire and Ash, because this was only going to ever go to one place.
It's just so not me. Like I actually changed. I had Avatar and I changed it like right before the picks went in, which is dumb. So, but I did read that it was going to win. So it was a really strong contender. At F1, it was pretty much like it wasn't even nominated.
Yeah. I mean, F1 was nominated for obviously Best Picture and the technical award, so VFX, film editing, sound. So I can understand why you would have picked it there, because it was doing so strong in the technical awards in terms of nominations. But yeah, I mean, this was
all day long Avatar, but like you don't hear anything about, like, it didn't get Best Picture. It did, like, got 2 nominations. Like
it's the first Avatar film that wasn't nominated for Best Picture, but it is. I mean, it is the first film series to win Best Visual Effects for its 3 films. For its first 3 films. For 3 consecutive.
I should have picked it. I was dumb.
So yeah, it won the hat trick there, because the first Avatar film won visual effects, the second Avatar film won visual effects.
Yeah, because at this point, I think I was really good, and with Jim and everything, Jim was kicking ass at this point, and I really should not have picked F1 in hindsight. But whatever. I changed it. What am I going to do? We'll see. We'll see the fate, if it actually affected me or not. We'll talk about it later. So.
Yeah, yes, I think
Rob Dumb move number 1.
If I'm not mistaken, Joe Letteri became who was one of the VFX guys for Avatar. I think he became the most awarded visual effects artist of the modern era. Basically, that's his 6th Academy Award. So,
oh wow!
So
you could have told me this on the pre-show.
I'm not gonna let you out predict me.
It was just dumb.
No, I mean, he had to win it to be.
That was dumb move number 1 for me. So, I apologize.
I did actually, when we were submitting our nominations for Friday, our predictions for Friday, I did actually say to you, "Are you sure about that one?" I gave you the chance.
You did check. You did check it there. Like, yeah, but it was funny because I read this article. I do some research. I was looking at everything, and in the article it said it's a lock. I quote. But whatever. We're just gonna put it in a bubble, blow that bad pick away. So
blow that bad pick away.
I'm not even gonna show it anymore.
That was the.
I'm embarrassed.
That was the 12th one. So let's take a check halfway through the halfway point of the night. So we'll take a check as to where we all were with our predictions. So
JC's in the house. Welcome,
JC's in the house. So Jim had actually finally got one wrong. I think he went 10 for 10. Well done, Jim. So up to in memoriam, Jim was a 100% record. So Jim, well done, my friend. That was superb. So 10 for 10.
Yeah, like I think at the 10 point, I texted him, and then like I think he stumbled on one or something, and he was I jinxed him, whatever.
He got production design wrong because
yeah,
Jim
yeah.
had,
So he was like,
Jim
I
had
didn't
gone
think
for
he got
Sinners.
frustrated.
So, yeah. So, but yeah, obviously, myself, Rob, Grace, sort of bringing up the rear there, and Nick as well with 9. So, 9.
This is what he texted me when I texted Jim. I love Jim. He's just so funny. Let's go. Yeah, let's do it. He just cracks me up. I just look at Jim and I laugh because he just cracks me up.
Yeah,
He's
so
awesome.
there we go. So that was the halfway point. So
yeah, see, look. Sorry, Jim. It's kind of like doing this with the on the water slides, the Rob Fuzz.
so 11 of 12 right so far. And then this is where Jimmy Kimmel came out, obviously, and he was presenting the 2 documentary awards. So I'll just get those lined up.
Yeah, that's where they went nuts.
It was short subject first, wasn't it? It was documentary short subject.
Short first, yes.
That he announced first, which the video is there ready for you.
Here are the nominees for Best Documentary Short Film. All the Empty Rooms. Armed with Only a Camera, The Life and Death of Brent Renault. Children No More, Were and Are Gone. The Devil is Busy. And Perfectly a Strangeness.
Okay, so I didn't get to see The Devil is Busy. That was one I didn't get around to seeing. Perfectly a Strangeness was cute, but I didn't really get what it was about. Like, there was no dialogue or anything like that. It was just, it followed some goats around.
I did see that. I was like, "What is that?"
It was.
Which one was that? Sorry.
Around like a big
I
telescope.
got distracted.
Yeah. So
which one was that? Sorry.
Perfectly a Strangeness.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Armed with Only a Camera, I thought would be in the running here. All the Empty Rooms, I thought would be in the running as well. And Children No More Were and Are Gone was very heavy hitting. That's one. Kim and I watched that one together, and it made you emotional. So I got casting wrong, and that made other decisions go wrong. Says JC. Yeah, I was talking about casting earlier, JC, before you popped in, and yeah, I think it was one that I think it caught a few of us off guard. Bearing in mind how Sinners had won the casting awards earlier in the season at the actor ensemble at the actor awards and at the Golden Globes. But yeah, All the Empty Rooms, I think that was a really hard hitting documentary as well. It's a really peaceful documentary, but it's obviously showing all the empty bedrooms of high school kids that have essentially died and been the victims of high school shootings, and yeah, I think it was a very, very worthy winner, a great documentary. I wasn't disappointed that one won at all. Obviously I picked it, but yeah, it was a really good documentary. But yeah, this one, the next, the documentary feature, I think, I kick myself here because before Friday I'd convinced myself that the one that wins, and we'll cover that in a second, I'd convinced myself that it was going to win, and then I changed my mind. But
this is your turn for blunder.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. It's a documentary.
It's funny. I think on the pre-show you were talking about it, talking it up, and I don't know.
Yep, and I highly recommend anyone watch it still. So,
but the one you picked was very deep.
Very good as well. Very good as well.
Yeah, I actually want to see it. I was watching the preview, so
yeah.
Let's bring it up.
Here are the nominees for Best Documentary Feature Film: The Alabama Solution, Come See Me in the Good Light, Cutting Through Rocks, Mr. Nobody Against Putin, and The Perfect Neighbor.
Okay. Sorry, Rob. I know you've messaged me about some
It
audio
stopped.
issues as well. Yeah, it was probably my foot tapping or something
Okay.
like that. So is my audio loud enough as well? I know you mentioned
Should
about
do
turning
one
it
little
up.
tiny notch and you're good. So,
Okay, give me 1 second.
but now we're halfway through, so it doesn't matter.
So,
all right.
sorry, you should have just said it out
All
loud.
good.
Yeah. I know.
Yes, which
You messaged me in
same
the
things the other
background.
day. When we
No,
did the red
you did
carpet,
exactly the same thing.
yeah, we had the red carpet. The music, the vocals were on the what's it called on the feed we were showing it. I didn't want that, and I didn't hear it.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, "Yeah, it's kind of loud." I was like, "I'm sorry, guys, if you're watching." So sorry, Nick. I know Nick said something too. All good.
But yeah, so the Alabama Solution, a great documentary. It's almost like a real life Shawshank Redemption is actually happening across the state of Alabama, and really eye opening actually. The sort of the prison corruption going on there, or as it's portrayed. So that was a great documentary. I'd highly recommend watching that. Perfect Neighbor is about the stand your ground law in Florida and how a lady tried to hide behind that after she'd shot dead one of her neighbors, the mother of 4 children. And it's all kind of done with police body cam footage. It's a really, really good one. Come See Me in the Good Light. I saw that. That was a good documentary. Mr. Nobody Against Putin was really good. What was the 5th one as well? I forget what the 5th documentary.
Cutting Through Rocks.
Cutting Through Rocks, yes, which was an Iranian one. So, yes. Sorry, Cutting Through Rocks I didn't see. I saw 4 of these 5. But yeah, Mr. Nobody Against Putin won the BAFTA, and so I decided that I was going to pick it, and I changed my mind at the last minute. I wish I had changed my mind because it was my favorite documentary as well. It's a real eye opener about the Russian sort of war propaganda machine and how that kicked in.
The teacher did it or something.
Once Russia attacked Ukraine, and so the guy was on stage last night. The guy that's actually the teacher. He was the one that actually came up and spoke in Russian and had the translator. He obviously filmed things. He started getting watched by the police. He had to escape Russia with all of his footage in 2024, and obviously he's never been able to go back since. So a real powerful documentary, and it's gripping throughout. I'm disappointed I didn't pick it.
Yeah, Jim just said that no one got it. No one picked this one. It was a watch.
Nobody got. Yeah, it was. I think that's the first time any of us.
Yep, all night.
Have ever not even just this year. I think since we've been doing the PubTalk Oscars, this is the 7th year that we've been doing.
Really,
it's the first. I think that's the first time.
Wow.
None of us have picked like out of everybody, like none of us have picked.
On your notes, it says nominees to be determined. And Adam was telling me about the deal last night. Everything.
Yeah. It's quite funny that the nominees to be determined. Yeah.
Too funny. All right, let's move on.
Okay, so the next one I think was
so real quick, we're at Jim. Everyone's got the highest thing. You got 11. I got 11. Jim's got 11. Grace got 11 at this point. So right across the board. I'm looking at her.
Yeah, we tied up with Jim by this point. We'd caught Jim.
Yes.
So
Jim stumbled a little. So
yes, but yeah, we'll do a recap of the scores when we get to 18.
Right. Okay.
I think this one's the 15th one coming up, as I recall, and it was for when I have it in just a second. There we go. It was for original score.
Here are the nominees for music, best original score: Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle After Another, and Sinners.
Not much love for Begonia. Is Begonia worth watching? Should I even watch it at this point?
I love it. Love Begonia. Yeah, I recommend watching it. I thought it was really well done. It was funny. It was good. Yeah, I
tell you, you watch those clips.
Entertaining.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's
what
like
the hell?
I was expecting it to be weird. Hey, Wishing Mouse, welcome in. I was expecting it to be weird but that's what Yorgos Lanthimos does with his projects. You know, if you look at The Favourite, if you look at Poor Things, Kinds of Kindness, you know, he always does something a little bit out there. But yeah, I thought it was Begonia was really really good. Really, it made me laugh. So yeah, highly recommend that one. But yes, obviously the score here, Ludwig Göransson. He
That
won for
dude's
Oppenheimer.
amazing, though.
Yeah, he won for
Like, it's
Oppenheimer
funny. As
too,
soon as I
and,
saw him, like, that guy is amazing. I'm like, I'm so glad. I'll be honest, I didn't know it was him, but
Yeah.
I don't think I'll forget him now, though. He's amazing.
Oh yeah,
So-
he's superb, and his score was.
This is not even his
so-
first, right? He won before.
No, he won for Oppenheimer.
Oh, right, for Oppenheimer. Yeah.
yeah.
So
But yeah, Ludwig's
I
great.
know
I
Brandon
think
loves
all
him,
of us,
so.
with the exception of Dean. Dean went with the Hamnet score. But yeah, yeah.
Love you, Dean.
This
Don't
was
be
going to
mad.
Sinners. Yeah, this was going to Sinners all night long. So, yeah, the sound I think was the next one, wasn't it? So sound is, and again I think sound felt like a bit of a lock as well. So
Score and sound. Yep. There we go.
sound.
Here are the nominees for achievement in sound. F1, Frankenstein, One Battle After Another, Sinners, and Sirat.
Sorry.
There we go. So all of us apart from Noah. Noah went with Sinners, and I can understand that because Sinners has obviously got some music in it. We've touched on it before, but there are types of films that historically do well with the sound categories. And they would be musicals. Obviously, Wicked for Good was was not nominated, and neither.
Got
was
16
Songs of Blues.
nominations. Why not?
Yeah. So neither was yeah, but Wicked for Good got 0 nominations, right? So
0. Yep.
yeah, Song Sung Blue wasn't nominated. They're both musicals. Sinners has got musical elements. I wouldn't call it a musical though. But then obviously war films. There was no real war films this year, and racing films, and obviously F1. The sound design for F1, making sure. I think Dan was explaining this the other day. The way Lewis Hamilton went round and listened to every kind of bit that the sound team had done, and went and kind of corrected things for the way different sounds you would hear from the cars and the engines when cornering and when doing all these other things. And,
Yeah, it was
just making
interesting
sure
what
that
you said.
the sound design was completely on point. I think that was really really good. So I like levels of detail like that. So yeah,
I think
we all went with-
Brandon put it last night too. He's like, if it's if it's a movie with cars, you pick it for sound.
yeah,
It
cars
was
or
right.
war films or
Yeah.
musicals. Yeah, you go with those. So
For sure.
yeah, F1. Yeah, we all went with that. Like I say, with the exception of Noah, who went with Sinners, it was F1. It was F1's award, and very, very well deserved too. I think. Yeah. And then obviously, while we were in the editing categories, that kind of they normally present these ones kind of side by side, and they
Same
did that.
people do it too.
Yes, yeah. So this was sound and
Who presented this? I forget.
I can't remember who presented sound and film editing. We did obviously have a few presenting sort of reunions, didn't we, last night? So we had a Marvel one with Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans.
Yep, very
so
fun.
Iron Man and Cap, which was great. We also had a Bridesmaids reunion, 15
Correct.
years after. So it was great to see the cast of Bridesmaids all come up and present some of these awards. So
And the cast from Mandalorian Gogru.
yes, yep. Yeah,
So-
he was there dating Kate Hudson. Obviously, I think he had.
He was dating Kate Hudson.
yeah, he was Kate Hudson's date for last night. Yeah. So, obviously, when visual effects and production design were presented, that was Sigourney Weaver, right? So,
Right. Yes.
yeah.
She's in the movie. So
Yeah. Obviously, you had the.
which I forgot.
You had the. You had the Devil Wears Prada kind of thing with Anne Hathaway and what was her name? Anna. I can't remember her name. But basically, Meryl Streep's character.
Right.
Yeah.
And Devil Wears Prada.
yeah,
Because that new
yeah.
movie's coming out. So
Yeah, Devil Wears Prada. So it was coming out. So yeah, so they did costume and hair and makeup earlier in the night. So yeah, it's some really good presenting combos last night. But yeah.
Yeah,
so-
but I made a comment. It was a big plug for Disney and the Disney properties because it is on ABC. So it's going to be
Yeah.
interesting when it's on not Netflix, when it's on YouTube. We'll see what the sponsorship is or whatever. So
yeah,
very
but,
interesting.
yeah.
Here we go.
17th category.
Here are the nominees for achievement in film editing. F1, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sentimental Value, and Sinners.
And there we go. Yeah, this one, a couple of people thought maybe Sinners for film editing. A couple of people thought F1 because, like we were talking about how sound and film editing can sometimes go hand in hand. Most of us did go with One Battle After Another because that had won the film editing awards throughout award season, and it proved again last night that I think at this point, film editing, I thought the winner of this might be a precursor for who was going to win Best Picture. Because film editing, cinematography, directing, they're normally the precursor awards, right? For who's going to take Best Picture. Not always. There's sometimes shocks. When Coda famously beat The Power of the Dog, for example, and things like that.
I love those years. I kind of
those
I do and I
years-
don't.
Those years,
Like that year, I loved. So then
Parasite
it
beat
won.
1917 as well.
Yeah.
After film editing and cinematography went to 1917. So, like I say, there is there can be there can be some shocks here, but when this one went to One Battle After Another, I thought that would probably be like the lock that meant One Battle After Another was going to win the award. But then the next award to be presented, give me 1 second. The next award, the 18th award, and then we'll do a check in on the scores again. But the 18th award to be presented last night was cinematography. So, like I say, you normally have film editing and cinematography. I went with One Battle After Another because that had won film editing all throughout award season. And for cinematography, we'll show that in a second as well. But I think I went with One Battle After Another. But this is how this one played out. So let's roll the video.
Here are the nominees for achievement in cinematography: Frankenstein, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sinners, and Train Dreams.
And again, you'll see that most of us went with One Battle After Another because, again, throughout award season, One Battle After Another had been sweeping this category at all the other award shows. But then, lo and behold, Dan got one right. And it wasn't
Lo
Marty
and
Supreme.
behold.
It wasn't Marty Supreme. It was Sinners. Sinners took this award.
So why did you pick Sinners though here?
I did.
Oh
I
wait,
picked
you
one-
didn't.
I-
You didn't.
I-
I'm
I-
sorry, you didn't pick it.
I
I'm
picked
sorry.
One Battle After Another.
Yeah,
Now,
I see it.
again, if we're talking personal preference, I prefer the cinematography in Sinners. I do. And I actually really like the cinematography in Train Dreams again. A film that didn't
Yeah,
get
you
any
were
love.
saying.
The cinematography in Train Dreams was good. And in Frankenstein, I could see obviously Dean went with Frankenstein there, and Jim did as well. But yeah, I mean, the smart money was on One Battle After Another because it had won that award throughout award season. I was convinced at this point that I might take the lead for the night, but as it played out, Sinners won this award. But in doing so, also made history. It was a great historical moment. Actually,
Yeah,
because,
for sure. Great moment.
Because Autumn Durrell
Top
Barker
3
Paul-
moments of the night for sure.
Yeah, but yeah, this was a
Yes.
real shock actually. Bearing in mind that Sinners hadn't won cinematography for the rest of award season, it had always been going to One Battle After Another. But the fact also that Autumn Durrell Darkapour, who is Sinners cinematographer, she is the first woman of color to ever be nominated for this award. Also, in winning, she became the first woman ever, the first female cinematographer ever to win this award, which I think was a great moment. It was it was a real standout moment, and she asked all the women in the auditorium to stand up with her to share that.
That was a nice
sort of-
moment.
yeah, which was and it should be said as well. This was a year with the most nominated females ever. I think it was 78 females were
Oh, wow.
nominated in total. It was the most nominated.
78. Okay.
70, it's either 76 or 78. Apologies if I've got the
Like if there's one category, there's maybe 2 guys and a girl, a woman, or whatever. Like that.
So
okay, makes sense.
the most number of nominated females in Academy
That's
Awards
great.
history with 70. I believe it's 78. 76 or 78. But and Autumn Durrell Darkaport winning there was history. So it was great to see that one play out, and while I was gutted to not get that one right and not take the lead in the race there, I was really actually very pleased to see her win it, because deep down, like I say, I preferred Sinner's cinematography and I wanted her to win, if truth be told. And that means that after 18 awards, let's see, you had myself, Rob, and Jim all tied on 14 apiece.
Yes. What it?
Yeah, because Jim had picked Frankenstein. I was convinced. I was convinced that I was taking the lead here.
Yeah, at one point you said we're gonna tie because we literally had the same exact picks. Like towards. I guess that's a spoiler, but I think it was right around here though. So I think maybe you have the next category or two. So.
Yeah. Obviously, like I say, Sinners.
I guess I just ruined it, but okay.
Myself, Rob, let's see, JC and Grace, obviously, and Nick doing really well as well. JC caught up to Nick there, and then unfortunately, let's see, Dan was propping up everybody else with 6 at this point.
Yeah, Dan, you did amazing. I'm so proud of you, buddy. So.
Is any consolation? Like, people always kind of say that when it, like, say, this is the 7th year we've done this, and people always say, "Oh, Adam's the guy to beat." Or I think Grace made a comment the other night saying, "If my pick matches Adam's, she's happy." Like, don't take. I've been fortunate that we've had like good years while we've been doing the pub talk stuff. There has been years gone by where I've sat there and made my predictions and got only like 8 out of 24 correct.
That's not true, but you
I
didn't do as good. But...
I swear that on Ebony's life that has happened before in years gone by, before we actually started doing this as a pub talk thing. So, there has been years gone by where I've got really bad scores.
Yeah, well, me too, but it's me and that's you, so I don't know.
So
I don't believe him, but okay.
But yeah, so there we go. But that's so that's the 3/4 of the way point through the night, which means
I put that graphic up and he just took that right away.
Oh,
he was semi-control. No, it's all right. I was just I was dwelling at the look. So
you would do it, yeah. There was
I had a chance here.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Sorry about the Jim spoiler, but it's okay. We're almost there. So
we're almost there. So we're going to the last quarter, and
no,
it's funny actually. The first was it the first 11 awards took 2 hours to present last night?
Yeah.
And then they rushed through the rest.
Well, so funny. I'm like, at some point, I'm like, oh, I'm liking the pacing here, and I think maybe what did I say? I didn't like the pacing. Maybe during the memoriam, but I don't know. At some point, I didn't like the pacing. So it was just bizarre that, like Adam said, like the first half was like a small amount of words, and then they just knocked them out. And and the funny thing is, it started at 7, it ended at 10:30. Like that's what the projected time to end was. So you're hitting at 10:30. You're not hitting at 11. I guess they padded it. I don't know.
They did.
They got to show The Bachelor or something, which is dumb. Yeah. But no offense to The Bachelor.
By 10-15 minutes, I think. But
a little bit. So. Spoiler alert. But
yeah. So here we go, going into the last quarter. So the 19th award of the night presented was.
Here are the nominees for Best International Feature Film. The Secret Agent from Brazil. It Was Just an Accident from France. Sentimental Value from Norway. Sirat from Spain. And The Voice of Hind Rajab from Tunisia.
Yeah, I will say all 5 of the international films this year were great. I did enjoy all of them. Yeah, The Voice of Hindu Rajab, hard hitting, a story that needed telling. Sirat, again, hard hitting, nominated for sound as well. Yeah, it was a good film. And then you had the other 3, which was It Was Just an Accident, was nominated for a couple of awards. You had 2 Best Picture contenders there as well. So The Secret Agent had 4 nominees and 4 nominations, and Sentimental Valley had 9 nominations. All 3 of them won awards at the Cannes Film Festival. The Palme d'Or winner was actually It Was Just an Accident. Yet didn't seem to have the love going into the Oscars.
What's the Palme? Explain the Palme d'Or winner.
The Palme d'Or is like the biggest award at the Cannes Film Festival.
Okay,
so,
you did tell me that, but I want you to explain.
I think if I'm not mistaken. So you get different awards at Cannes. The Palme d'Or is the biggest one, and like I say, that went to It Was Just an Accident. If I'm not mistaken, The Secret Agent won the jury prize, and Sentimental Value won the Grand Prix. So, again, big awards.
Is it because it's a French film?
I don't know. It's not normally like the reason necessarily. Like,
okay.
The Zone of Interest was a Palme d'Or whenever in the past and things like that. So. But Sentimental Value, I think most of us went with that because it did do a lot of the hard running. It had 9 nominations and was talked up. It was talked up quite a lot earlier in awards season, even though it sort of wasn't getting spoken about so much later on. But it did seem to become a 2-horse race between Sentimental Value and The Secret Agent, and Sentimental Value did win. So.
Yeah. I have a question in a left field. I know Conan brought up something about Amazon not getting nominated for anything. Do they still make movies anymore? Like, I don't even was there a movie that didn't get nominated that Amazon made? Won Best Picture one year. So just curious.
Yeah, I don't know how active Amazon Studios is at the moment. It did surprise me actually though, because like Karen said, there was nothing nominated. So normally year on year, you kind of, when you're starting to try and watch as many of the Oscars films as you like, Netflix will always have an Oscars section because they've got so many films nominated. Disney will always have an Oscars section because they've got so many nominated. Apple, the same this year. However, Amazon normally does nothing on Amazon this year, and I did find it bizarre that but that makes sense now that obviously Amazon Studios didn't get anything nominated, so that would explain that. So
yeah, I was just curious.
Yeah,
what was the movie that won? That black and white movie that won a few years back? I stumped at him. It's all right. I was just curious.
Are you thinking of Roma?
Yes, Roma. That was Amazon. So.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, and it did really, really well, didn't it? So,
yeah.
But yeah, the 20th, just before we went into the big 4 at the end. So the 20th category and award presented was after seeing a couple of musical performances. So this was for Best Original Song. We did see live performances of "I Lied to You" from performed by Miles Caton and with a lot of the cast from Sinners, and we did see a live action performance of Huntrix performing Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters. Both great performances. It was great to see them live and brought to the stage. Even though if I'm being honest, the Golden performance I thought cut off really early. Like I thought.
Yeah, it was quick. I remember you commenting. Yeah.
Yeah,
so.
And they only did those 2 live. Like they didn't do all 5 nominated live. So we didn't see Diane Warren really last night much, but this was her category. Diane Warren's 17th nomination. Would she finally win? Yeah, here we go.
Diane's awesome. Did you see her at all? I didn't see her red carpet. Nothing. I don't think she was even there.
I saw pictures of her on the red carpet.
Okay.
Yeah, she arrived about 3 hours before the ceremony. So
God bless her. So
yeah. And as JC says, the rest was QR code. But yeah, this was the category. For Best Original Song.
If she's going to win something, it's a movie about her. It would have been awesome, but it is what it is.
Here are the nominees for Music Best Original Song. Dear Me from Diane Warren, Relentless. Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters. I Lied to You from Sinners. Sweet Dreams of Joy from Viva Verdil. and Train Dreams from Train Dreams.
So none of us picked Sweet Dreams of Joy from Viva Verdi, not Viva Verdale. Apologies for my mispronunciation on that VT there. But yeah, none of us picked Sweet Dreams of Joy. I did listen to that song. It's very operatic, as you'd expect it to be from a Milan, sort of Casa.
Yeah, Chalamet didn't like it because it was operatic. So.
Yeah, because yeah,
So
obviously a couple of references made, a couple of digs at Chalamet throughout the night, wasn't there, regarding his remarks about opera and ballet. Heightened security, Conan O'Brien said, because they were afraid of attacks from the opera and ballet community. So, but yeah, this was a record set for the first ever K-pop song to win an Oscar. So
I do like the song. It's so catchy for sure.
It is a good song. So
Her speech.
it's a shame because I really loved I Lied to You, and I thought their live performance was beautiful. But yeah, all of us, with the exception of Dean, went with Golden from K-pop.
Dean's a rebel.
Yeah.
He's such a
Dean
rebel.
is a rebel. He really is a rebel.
He don't care.
So
Love Dean. Love that guy. So good. So
yeah,
good.
and then we hit the big four. So
There we go. So how you feeling around now? How you feeling for the whole awards?
I was starting to get confident with. I mean, obviously there was another open race to go. In fact, I think two open races really. This next one, not so much. I think I had an idea where it was going to go, although the conversation had opened up a little bit, especially after the cinematography win. So I had backed Paul Thomas Anderson to win directing all the way because he'd won it all throughout awards season, but then with cinematography, one battle after another had won for all of awards season and then didn't win last night. So it did make me start to question, like, could there be there had been a big surge in popularity for Sinners when one battle after another had done all the heavy running early on, the heavy lifting earlier on. So
we'll see. We'll see.
Yes,
we were right about one thing. It could have went either way. So
it could have gone either way at the end. It was certainly a 2-horse race. It wasn't just it wasn't a one and done lock, which made it more entertaining, more interesting. But this was for achievement in directing.
Generally, Oscars, their own. What's the saying? They're their own horse or whatever. They're their own entity. They don't. A lot of times it's from the other award shows, but sometimes it could go either way. Like it was kind of a little bit of both this year.
Yeah.
Here are the nominees for achievement in directing: Chloe Zhao for Hamnet, Josh Safdie for Marty Supreme, Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another, Joachim Trier for Sentimental Value, and Ryan Coogler for Sinners.
I'll get there.
Yeah, so this became a 2-horse race, really, between Ryan Coogler and Paul Thomas Anderson. Obviously, Chloe Zhao, only the 11th nomination, I believe, in director history for a female. She is only one of 9 females because, of course, that was Chloe Zhao's second nomination. She did win for Nomadland in 2021, and of course Jane Campion has been nominated twice as well. But that's it. This is definitely a category where we need to see more females acknowledged and nominated as well. But yeah, Chloe Zhao did a great job with Hamnet. Josh Safdie normally used to direct with his brother Benny, so this was his first solo directorial film, Marty Supreme. And he did a great job with it, but obviously wasn't in the conversation here. It was all down to the two, like I say, Ryan Coogler and Paul Thomas Anderson. I went with Paul Thomas Anderson just because of how award season had gone throughout, and it proved to be that Paul Thomas Anderson, One Battle After Another, would win here. So yeah, what did you go for, Rob?
Not Paul Thomas Anderson.
Did you go for Ryan?
Oh wait, I did go for him. Okay, no, I didn't. I went.
Put the picks back up. Put the picks back up. There we go. So yeah, so
It says I went for Ryan Coogler, but
no, you went for Ryan Coogler, yeah.
yeah, I did. Okay, I did.
Yeah.
I'm looking
Yeah.
at the sheet. Yeah, so
Yeah.
at that, I again 50-50 or whatever, and as a coin, and I picked the wrong one on that one again. So that was, and it's just kind of that bad decision. Unfortunately, I knew here that bad decision for F1 is not really going to affect, because once this one, is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Yes.
But yeah. Okay.
All right. So let's go on to the next one.
Actor in a leading role.
All right.
Here are the nominees
Hey,
for
I'm doing
performance
my
by an
life.
actor in a leading role. Timothy Chalamet from Marty Supreme.
Chalamet.
Leonardo DiCaprio from One Battle After Another. Ethan Hawke from Blue Moon.
Chalamet.
Michael B. Jordan from Sinners. And Wagner Moura from The Secret Agent.
Five great performances. I really did enjoy everyone's performances this year. This had, from early in award season, become Chalamet's Oscar to lose, and he did. Like, it went to Michael B. Jordan. And a few people, just to clarify here, I think a lot of people think that the controversial comments from Timothy Chalamet in the press recently, or on a podcast, wasn't it, with Matthew McConaughey? He made some comments. Almost disparaging comments about opera and ballet, which obviously, a few people made those digs at him last night, and a few people wondered whether that would hurt his chances for an Oscar. It didn't, because what happened was, when those comments came to light, that was on March the 5th, and that was actually the day that the ballots closed for the Oscars. So there wasn't enough votes to be cast that could affect him, really. Michael B. Jordan won this because Michael B. Jordan had a surge in votes beforehand. If you go back to the BAFTAs in February, Timothy Chalamet didn't win at the BAFTAs. It didn't go to Michael B. Jordan either. It went to a British actor for the film I Swear. He wasn't nominated for an Oscar because that film's not been released in America yet. But the fact that Chalamet didn't win at the BAFTA, he had won obviously at the Golden Globes and at the Critics' Choice. But then Michael B. Jordan won at the Actor Awards, which came after the BAFTA and before the Oscars, and that's where that kind of surge for Michael B. Jordan came. So was it the controversial comments that cost Timothy Chalamet his Oscar? No, I don't believe it was. I think this was just a well-deserved win for Michael B. Jordan, and yeah, it was that was one of those 50-50. You could have flipped a coin for those two in the end last night, and I'm glad I called that one right.
Who, between Chalamet and Jordan?
Yeah, I think because Chalamet was still very much in the running. It was his Oscar to lose, but I think you could have flipped a coin between the two.
I never felt that. I never felt he had a chance, to be honest with you, but I don't know.
Really? Yeah, I think he was still in the running. You saw it the year before, when actually, Adrian Brody last year won for the Brutalist.
He was funny this year, yeah.
And he'd won at the Critics' Choice, he'd won at the Golden Globes, but then at the SAG Awards, the Actor Awards, Timothy Chalamet won last year.
That's true.
For a complete nobody, and then obviously Adrian Brody still won at the Oscars. So it is one of those that, like, I think Timothy Chalamet was still obviously very much in the conversation last night, but it just seemed that surge of momentum had gone to Michael B. Jordan, and it was great. It's very different to the actress category, because the actress category did feel like more of a lock. So let's take a look at that.
Here are the nominees for performance by an actress in a leading role. Jessie Buckley in Hamnet. Rose Byrne in If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. Kate Hudson in Song Sung Blue. Renata Reinsver in Sentimental Value. And Emma Stone in Begonia.
And I think you can see most of us went with Jessie Buckley. It felt like a lock. Obviously, Dean went with Kate Hudson. I love Kate Hudson's performance. In
She's
Songs
awesome.
on Blue. She was really good.
She's a great actress.
Ray and Noah both went with Emma Stone, arguably the best actress on the planet. And Dan went with Rose Byrne, who I really loved Rose Byrne's performance. And nobody picked Renata Reinsberg, but her performance again was fantastic in Sentimental Value. Jessie Buckley, though, a great win. Thoroughly enjoyed her performance. Even though I did say the other night as well that hers was probably my least favorite of the 5, and I still stand by that. It's not to say it was a bad performance. It really was not a bad performance. It was a very good performance still, and her speech was really good last night. She became the first Irish woman to ever win Best Actress as well. So yeah, that was and as Brits, because it was the first time in 12 years that there was no British actors or actresses nominated across the awards, I believe, or certainly in the leading actor and actress races. As Brits, we'll claim Jessie Buckley as one of our own. So sorry to all the Irish people that probably disagree with that. And
so close to St. Patrick's Day too. Jeez.
Yeah, so close to St. Patrick's Day. But no, Jessie Buckley is a fantastic actress, and very well deserved. But yeah, that one, like I say, felt like it was a bit of a lock.
There we go.
That proved to be. But here comes the big one.
Here comes the boom.
Here are the nominees for Best Picture.
Begonia,
F1,
Frankenstein,
Hamnet,
Marty Supreme,
One Battle After Another,
The Secret Agent,
Sentimental Value,
Sinners,
and Train Dreams.
Poor Train Dreams.
Or Train Dreams, yeah, like you say, it was it didn't win it. F1 at least won something. Sentimental. So Begonia didn't win anything either.
Nothing.
So Begonia didn't win anything. F1 did. Frankenstein took 3. F1 took 1, I believe. Hamnet obviously took 1 with Jessie Buckley. Marty Supreme didn't win anything, right?
Sorry, Dan. I don't think so. No.
Yeah. So the Marty Sue theme failed there, Dan, unfortunately. One Battle After Another, I believe, won 6 in the end, including Best Picture. So One Battle After Another won this one. As we said, it was a toss-up between this and Sinners, and with One Battle After Another taking director and film editing and casting. Casting became that one instead of cinematography this year. And I think we thought it would be the other way around. We thought Sinners would take casting and One Battle After Another would take cinematography. It went the other way around. So One Battle After Another won Best Picture. And it wasn't my favourite. I would have loved to have seen Sinners win it. I would have loved to have been proven wrong. I went with One Battle After Another because of how it performed through award season. Rob, you went with Sinners, and you preferred One Battle After Another.
It's so funny. We flip-flop for sure. Isn't that weird?
We flip-flop. That's.
I did not like Sinners very much. I thought it was good. Didn't love it. And then I saw One Battle After Another the other day, and look, it's a wacky movie. Movie, but it was intense. I love the intensity of build and everything. It was good. And I don't know. I never felt that Sinners wasn't going to win. I don't know, but it just, obviously I would win the lottery, and I would, if I could tell the future, I would have won this perfect score. But of course,
there we go.
I don't know, I still felt it was, even throughout the awards, I still felt like I had a chance. But I guess when I lost cinematography, which I didn't get right, like he never won anything before, so I don't know. Ryan Coogler, I thought it was his year, and then I thought it was Sinners' year, but I was wrong. So, but they look again, and I said it before. A spoiler alert! I did say it. I think everyone was represented well. They kind of, couple movies bumkiss, but. I thought it was an even amount. It wasn't a landslide. I thought I could have won either way.
Landslide, yeah.
16 nominations sounds like a landslide to me, possibly. But,
and it took 25% because Sinners won 4 in the end. The Secret Agent, I don't think won anything. Sentimental Value won at least 1 because it won international.
Correct. And
and
that's what I
Train
thought
Dream-
was going to win all
yeah.
along. So
Train Dreams didn't win any, like you say. So four of the 10 Best Picture nominees didn't win a thing. But we see that sometimes. We do see that.
Yeah.
But then obviously you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11 plus 4. So 16 awards shared by the 10 Best Picture.
yeah, great job,
nominees
everyone.
by the
So
look of
much
it.
fun.
So that's
We have a final
that's-
total.
we do have a final total.
Da,
So
da,
let me get that.
da. Who won, Adam? Who won? I'm dying to know. I'm dying.
Who
Dying over here.
won?
Drum roll. Who's still here in the chat? What's the predictions? Who won, everyone? Just based on what we're following along here. Let's see. JC did very well. Jimmy, very well. Of course, this guy right here, very well. I did okay. Grace did good. Dan, he did not do good. I'm sorry, guys.
Let's see. Let's put the totals up.
There's
It's-
no
it's there now.
predictions. There's no predictions, but here we go. Here's
Okay,
the
so
winner.
so in last place, Dan with 8 out of the 24. So the Marty Sue theme backfired.
Wah,
Dean-
wah, wah.
Dean from the live place with his first time doing this with us, he got
Thank
9.
you, Dean.
So well done, Dean. And then everyone else got a double figures, which doesn't normally happen. So Ray got 10.
job,
Well done,
Ray.
Ray. Yeah, Noah got 12. So I think that was
Good job,
better than
Noah.
last year. Yeah, did
Noah
better than
picking the
last year.
first day. 0 buzz, 0 anything. So
Yep. Brandon with 13.
not bad, Brandon. Good job, buddy.
I
I think Brandon went with his heart a couple times, which even in our chat, he's like, "Oh, they deserved it," but then he didn't pick it. So I don't know. All good,
There we
Brandon.
go.
But Brandon did
Then,
really well. So
Yeah, he did. He did well. Nick and JC both tying with
he's
17
got it in his
there,
name,
so
Movie Mania Nick and
Movie
JC.
Mania Nick and JC.
Yes.
Yeah, but both always really knowledgeable and yeah, it's great to get their insights as well. So yeah,
job,
well done, guys. 17. Grace and
B, C, D,
you,
E,
Rob,
and F.
you both tied.
Yeah,
in
Grace.
second with 18. And then Jim. Jim is my new tie buddy. So I've tied for 3 years in a row now. I tied with Rob 2 years ago. I tied with Dan last year, and this year Jim. We both share the spoils with 20 out of the 24. Correct. So well done, my friend Jim. You played a blinder, sir. I think the one thing that hurt you was after you went 10 for 10. By the time we got to 14, you were only on 11. So I think you kind of had a little slip in the middle where you got 3 out of 4 wrong, and that was what did it for you. But and also it's interesting that Rob pointed out last night the live action short that tied. We both picked 2 completely different films, but tied. That's because you picked The Singers, I picked 2 People Exchanging
Yeah,
Saliva.
I kind of spoiled that earlier. Sorry.
Both of them won. So yeah, as Conan predicted it. Conan's prediction was 22 million people's ballots have just been pools have just been spoiled, and that's it. That had that just been one winner, then one of us would have won last night.
Yeah.
Between Jim and myself. We don't know which one, obviously, but yeah, there we go. It's yeah.
I hate that tie thing with the Oscars.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming, to be honest. So I
Th-
have a
that's a-
feeling at one point we were saying there would have been a 4-way tie, which was bizarre. So
Yeah,
a couple
that's an
people just
American
scrolled
thing,
off.
though. Americans don't like ties in general. It's true. Like Americans don't
True.
like ties,
I
and
don't
that's
like
that's why you guys in your sports, a lot of your sports, you'll go straight into overtime and try to determine a winner. Whereas like a big thing over here in British
Soccer.
sport, whether it's football, whether it's cricket, even you can play 5 days in cricket and still draw the match. There might not be an outright winner. Football is not always an outright winner. You get a point for a draw rather than for a tie rather than 3 points for a win. So yeah, it's just one of those things. But yeah, I get the desire to have an outright winner, but the Oscars do not like the word winner. That's the thing, because they want to acknowledge that to be nominated is an achievement in itself. Like, you know, so
Yeah.
so Sigourney Weaver made that slip last night. She said the winner, and then she quickly had to stop herself and go, the Oscar goes to. So yeah, because the Oscars always say to the presenters, do not say the word winner. That's a banned word on the stage. It's meant to say the Oscar goes to, because it's just celebrating your achievements, you know.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
That's all it is.
Sure.
So that's probably why they've brought the ties back in. They don't want it to necessarily be a competition. They just want it to be an acknowledgement of your achievements. And
so predicted. You said how many were you going to get right? You predicted?
I think I said 18 or 19. I said 18.
I said
19,
19, and I got 18. So not bad. And you did better than you thought. So
yeah,
good.
So I did better than I thought. But yeah, there we go, Jim.
Congratulations, Jim. Congratulations, Adam. Very nice. So good job, buddy.
Thank you, guys. But there we go. Oscars, PubTalk, Oscars number 7 in the can, and yeah, it was a great award season. But after watching 45 of the 50 films, after creating umpteen graphics and video clips and new intros for the show and things like that, I'm ready to go and have a rest, take a breather.
Nice. Are you going to go back and watch the ones you didn't see, or you don't care at this point?
No. The only thing I'm going to rewatch is the Oscars again. I always give it a second watch because on the night we're all talking, obviously in our group chat. Yeah. I'm updating the results as
you
we
did
go,
amazing
like
with
that.
the results, by the way. Because I actually, if you could see, I started like circling stuff, and I had a little tally down here, and I'm like, why bother? Like, Adam is so on it. So
yeah, well,
I didn't even bother.
You were watching me on the spreadsheet live because we obviously have it shared, and you could see me updating and moving things about, and obviously reorganizing the sheet via as they announce the categories.
Yeah, you did a great job,
and making sure that everyone's scores are tallied up and kept on top of, and
sure.
So obviously as I do that, it just means I might miss tiny little bits. So I do like to go and rewatch it with no distractions.
Yeah.
You know, and just so that's what I'm going to do tonight. Is I'm going to open a beer. I've still got tons of popcorn. I've got a bag of I normally eat salted popcorn. I've got a bag of popcorn that is called Wicked popcorn. You know, which I bought.
Ironically, that got more nominations than the Wicked too. So
yeah, I bought it for the Oscars, thinking, well, Wicked's obviously going to get nominated. This was before. This was back in January.
Popcorn.
Yeah. So yeah. So
awesome.
So I'm
the colored one, is that what the multicolored popcorn?
Yeah, purple and green. So yeah.
Very nice.
So I'm going to go and eat some Wicked popcorn. I've still got a load of chicken and
loaded chicken. Nice.
Stuff. Yeah, I've got a load of chicken and stuff to eat. So I'll rewatch the Oscars, eat myself to death, and enjoy a much deserved rest. I think. And you can rest while you're producing 2 films.
Good luck.
So, yeah.
You told me he's going to go watch some TV shows, which is good. So
yeah, I'm. The studio is on my list of things to watch.
I want to see it too. I think I would watch with you.
And also now that Scrubs has been rebooted, I'm going to get on top of Scrubs. I love Scrubs back in the day. So
yeah, one thing I noticed, Conan kind of disappeared the second half. They didn't really show him as much, which was kind of weird. But you
often see that with the host. Sorry, JC, I've just seen your comment from a few minutes ago as well. In my heart, I wanted Kikuo to win its category, but Frankenstein. Yeah, I said this before you joined the chat as well. I backed you up here, and I actually said if JC was here, he would agree with me right now that Kikuo deserved to win makeup and hairstyling.
Yeah.
I still thought it would go to Frankenstein. I think we all picked Frankenstein with our heads because of how award season had gone. But hand on heart, Kikuo deserved that award. And yeah, I suppose you can say that about a few different films where one film maybe deserves it more, but another one wins it from a popular vote almost.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, everyone. Good show. Do you want to talk about the ending, what happened with Conan, or that's kind of a spoiler if you didn't see the certain movie? I'm not going to spoil it. I think I spoiled it.
Oh, yeah. So, well,
I love the ending.
Doesn't really spoil it. So
obviously,
the all I will say is the intro to the Oscars again was Conan sort of reprising Amy Madigan's role as Gladys Lilly from Weapons. The end of the Oscars, they did a closing section where he reprised Sean Penn's Colonel Lockjaw role from One Battle After Another. it was great. It was really well done. So yeah, I thought it was good the way they did
Co-host
that.
for
so,
life. Yes.
Yeah,
Really good.
So yeah, yeah, it was some good moments this year. Yeah, but there's
Really good.
another year in the.
He
can.
did good. I thought he did good. I thought like he was a good host. You know, I found it funny that Jimmy Kimmel was even there. They're like, why?
It
He's
was
not
great that he
hosting,
was
but
there.
then they
It was
brought him
great.
in.
And he came out and said, "Welcome to the 98th Oscars." The way he normally would start his
I love him
4
as a
times that
host,
he's
but-
presented. His 4 times,
Yeah.
yeah. I would love to
think
see
he's
Jimmy back
great.
as a presenter. I think he's a great presenter.
I don't think he'll ever do it again. I think he's done. So, but
maybe, yeah.
maybe.
We'll see. We'll see.
I think
Never say
Conan's
never.
coming back for another year. I can almost guarantee it. So he's safe. He's good. And
Conan is safe
see.
and good. But I think as you quite often see, I think the first year presenting is slightly better than the second year. That's not to say Conan was bad last night. I just think some of his jokes didn't land necessarily.
right.
So
Yeah, I would agree. Last year was better, but I thought it was still good. So
yeah. So
sure.
So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they do for next year. Obviously, we'll see when the dates get locked in. We'll see who they pick. I mean, next year's award season is going to start in about 20 minutes. So yeah, I guess we've got to go and prepare for that now because it seems to come around really quick.
Sinners came out in April. They said it's almost a year old. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
We will see. So
we'll see what happens.
good job, Adam. Amazing shows we did. I can't believe we're done. Another year of Pub Talk, another year of the Oscars. So
Another
good
year
job.
of the PubTalk
Congratulations.
Oscars. But yeah, congratulations.
Congratulations to
to
Jim. Congratulations,
Congratulations to Jim.
Second place, me and Grace. Congratulations, Grace. So,
We need to get a little statue over to Jim. I need to go on to
Yes.
Dan still. Dan, I'm sorry, buddy.
he was moving.
Yeah,
love that
Dan.
excuse,
I'm
so.
going to check whether Dan's actually still watching. Send me your address again. I know I've got it somewhere, but send it me again. Just,
I'll
yeah.
get. We got to work on Jim's. We'll get him.
And we'll get that
him
statue
one,
out to you. Yeah.
We're good. All right.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Good award season. It's kind of sad. We're done.
We're done.
Yes. I'm not gonna show JC's comic because that ruins it. So. All right, guys. Congratulations again, Jim and Adam, for winning. Hold on a sec. Congratulations, Jim and Adam, for winning Pub Talk's Oscar Pool 2026. You guys are awesome. Congratulations. With 20 correct answers. You got bright for some reason. I don't know. Bright, shiny head.
I did get really bright. Let me.
You like cranked it up.
There we go.
You want to?
I wanted to make my little friend here shiny. So
Jim,
yeah,
send me an acceptance speech. Go ahead. You give me acceptance speech real quick. We gotta get out of here.
I'd like to thank the Academy. I'd like to thank my mum for always believing in me that I would predict everything right. I'd like to thank my fellow nominees, Rob and Dan and Brandon and everyone that picked, Jim, JC, Grace, Noah, Ray, Dean, Nick, all the people that take part. And I'd like to thank my wife, Kim, for always putting up with me while I do this year on year and putting up with me trying to watch 45 films. And, yeah, let's do it again soon.
Yes.
It'll be round soon before we know it again.
Nice.
So yeah, cheers
On behalf of Jim from More Sunshine Please, who isn't here, I accept his award.
on his behalf.
On his behalf. There you go. Yeah, congratulations. All right. We're at 2 hours on the button again. Look at that. So
Beer is empty.
beers.
Oscars done.
Yes, congratulations. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for participating. Thank you to my members of my channel, and you guys rock. And I want to hit 2 hours, and we're gonna get out of here. How's that? Right
There
on
we
the
go.
button.
Yeah,
There
we were trying to do it within 90 minutes, but
That didn't happen. So it was good. It was a good pace, actually. Thank you for staying with us and watching us. And it was good.
all
Bye,
good.
everyone. Woohoo.
Have a good one, guys. Thanks for watching.
Thanks.
Take care.
See you on the next Pub Talk.
See you later.
Bye, guys.